If you know you're not ready to plan an event this year, but you're really thinking about doing one next year in 2016, or maybe thinking about starting the planning process at the end of this year, and you're not quite sure what to do to prep in the meantime, then this is the video for you. I'm Lauren Caselli. I am a workshop, retreat, and conference planner for creative entrepreneurs, and today I'm going to tell you the one thing that you need to start doing if you're not doing it already, if you're thinking about planning an event, even this year or next year. So I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to give you some big long intro. The one thing you really need to start doing when you're thinking about planning your own event is to start going to other events. And I'm not talking like you have to go to 5 conferences this year, you have to go to a bunch of retreats, or you have to go to a workshop every weekend. I'm just saying that every time you go to an event, whether it's some sort of like movie opening or an art opening or a workshop or a seminar or a retreat or something, you should start going to these events and putting on your event planner brain. So instead of attending an event as a wedding, for example, instead of attending a wedding as a wedding guest, think about it from the planner's perspective, whether that's the bride or the groom or the couple, or if they have a wedding planner. Just start thinking about the small details and the touches that they did so that your event experience could be really, really super good. So some examples from a wedding, for example, could be like providing transportation to people so that they don't have to drive, or creating signage so that people know where bathrooms and food stations and cocktail hour and ceremony are, or having people staffed around so that if you have questions, you don't have to ask the couple, you can ask some of the staff. So those are all small touches that you can just start noticing when you start attending events. And this is really, really important because, let's give the example of a workshop. If you're in a workshop and you're not connecting with the speaker, you need to start thinking about why you're not connecting to the speaker, or why their talk isn't resonating with you. Because usually it's not just about the content not really working, it's also about the experience. Is the room too dark? Is it too cold? Or is it too warm? Are you too far back? Can you not hear them? Is there, is the audio visual super blurry? Is it not engaging? So when you start, over the next couple months, as you start attending events, specifically if you can attend workshops, seminars, or conferences like the one that you're going to be putting on in the next 12 to 18 months, when you start when you start paying attention to these things from a planner standpoint, then you can say, oh yeah, I really love that. That's something I'm definitely going to do in my event. Or no, I don't think that really resonates with me and it's not really resonating with this crowd. That's something I'm definitely not going to do. And only when you start going to your own events, and only when you start really tuning in and putting on your planner brain when you're at these events, are you going to be able to have ideas for your own event, make really good decisions, and be able to put your time toward different pieces of your event that's really going to make a difference. One thing, I have an event next week that's coming up, and one thing that I really, really love that I've seen at a lot of events outside of my home state of Montana, but don't see too much here in Montana, is really wonderfully, elegantly put together gift boxes. And that was something that I knew that I really wanted to do for my guests because it's something that's important. And I have some really amazing friends who are willing to kind of help out by sponsoring pieces of these really well put together gift boxes. And so that was something that I knew I wanted to do. That was something that resonated with me. And then I know it's going to resonate with this group because it's very creative minded and very design minded. So start thinking about, when you go to these events, start thinking about things that you love and things that you don't love so much. For me, I don't love it when there's no clear signage. I really don't love that. I don't like asking, some person that I don't know, where's the bathroom, or is there a food station, or can I grab a drink somewhere? I really don't love that. I really would love if there's signage or a way for me to kind of find it on my own. And so that's one of my pet peeves, and that's something that I won't do at my next event. So just start putting your planner brain on, start thinking about the things you love when you go to events and the things you don't love, and your event is going to be uber special and amazing. So today's homework, pop in the comments below an experience that you had, or tell me about an experience that you had at an event that you really loved that you are going to carry over to your own event, or tell me an experience that you didn't love at an event that you went to that you definitely want to recommend not to do at an event that maybe somebody else is going to plan. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next week.